Hello, survivors. Hello. Welcome to the stream, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you're having a good day, good evening, good afternoon. Did it. Okay, 1 second, guys. There we go. How are we doing today, guys? Pretty low key. The weekend, not much obviously happens. What can you do, guys? What can you do? My PC's lagging. I hate it. The chicken army has started. I love it. I love to see it. Welcome to the stream now, guys. What's up, Christian, Valiant, Seren, top 3 of the stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. We also have Daylight, Bashaum, Sandro, Sean. What's up, guys? Thank you very much for tuning in. What's up, Cygnus? 25 months. That is that red badge. Official. I think it generally comes in at the end of your 24 months. So like at the start of your 25th month. You might have had the red badge already. It seems to like come in randomly like after like 20 days or something like that into the membership. I don't know why it does it, but I don't know. Feels good. Sounds good. Thank you very much, bro. 25 months of ongoing support. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you are a member, guys, you got a green name in the chat. Make sure you share your memberships. You get to share that every month, free. Just share your milestone. Do not think you shouldn't do that. You 100% should. It's a newish edition. It's been added in the last year, but it's a newish edition, and it is good. It is good. It is good, man. I haven't actually done a scav mission for ages, but look, barely any to even do. That's so strange, right? Is it because I don't have many scav camps? Oh, I have 3. I don't know what the situation is there. That's kind of strange, right? Kind of weird. We've got a house to upgrade. We'll probably do this one. 8 minutes. I can do this periodically during the stream. Should we get territories? Yeah, why not? Why not? What's up, Margot? Welcome to the stream. So Cygnus has been for 2 years, 1 month on YouTube. Yeah, on Twitch. I think he's in his 5th year now. That's some next gen. That's some next gen stuff going on right there. Like, I'm pretty sure that's Amazon Prime, right? You just add all those months up. What's that? 60 months times 5. That's 300 quid right there over the last 5 years. Just hitting me up with Amazon Prime every month. I appreciate that. I mean, maybe a little bit less because, you know, Twitch like to take their cut. Which is actually kind of weird considering Twitch is owned by Amazon. Suspect. Sus. Sus. Very sus. Hey, Christian. You gifted 1 member in the chat a membership and it went to Sean. Congrats, Sean. I don't necessarily think it's someone who's always actually in the live chat at the time, but it was in this case. It should pop up on the screen. There it is. It doesn't make a noise when this happens. And I've tried to find this on Streamlabs. I've actually tried to find this, and there's no way to edit what is just popped up. Like, I can't edit the animation. I can't make it a noise. It only does a noise when it does the next one, which should be about now.
Feels good. Sounds
That's the only
good.
time it does a noise. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know what's going on. Maybe Streamlabs just not catching up. I don't know. I don't want to assign anybody. Do not assign. We got a territory. We got territory. These are all reflect weapons. Like these are. Like, let's see how many times he gets reflected. Okay, he didn't get reflected once. To be fair, I did. Scumbag. Scumbag. 100% a scumbag. Hey, what's up, 8 Page? Welcome to the stream. 45 months. There we go. That's nuts, man. Chase nuts. What? I don't even know what team I put in the other. I guess I just automatically put in a lower tier team by the looks of things. All good. Scumbag with the reflect weapons in territories. No procs this time though. Christian, thank you very much. It should pop up. There we go.
Good.
There we go.
Good.
Thank you very much for the gifted membership, and also thank you so much for the continued support. Tier 2 as well. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But yeah, what's up, 8 Page? Welcome to the stream. We also have Jay Floyd. What's up, new mic? I sound crisper. Do I? I don't know. I've had some audio issues with my earphones the last like week, and then today I just booted up my PC and everything's fine. Like, I don't know. So it could have just been an overall audio issue, and it's like okay now. I don't know. Reflect is everywhere. Reflect is everywhere, but the people who take the time to make low-grade teams and give them reflect weapons in territories, spend your time doing better stuff, man. Spend the time doing better stuff, bro. Because that ain't it. That is not it. Look at this. We've got the damn 48%. I'm probably not going to reset that anytime soon because I don't have like too many of the. Is this the one equipped to the? Yeah, this is the one equipped to the maxed out one. Let's see if we can get lucky here, guys. I think I've got one blowtorch or something. What are we going for? Pain spreads. One blowtorch. Okay, I need to get some items. Don't crash my game, don't crash my game. League store has it apparently. Was it the stock? I can't remember what I was looking at. Is this right? 90% sure. I'll buy all of these actually. I'll buy all of these. Reflectors everywhere. Thank you again, Christian. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You sound like older. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know what to say. I was going to say sounds like he did before the audio problems. I mean, I didn't think I had any mic issues, but maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe I did. My voice is feeling deep today, though. It's feeling a little deeper than normal. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Alright. What's up, Bretlands? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in, man. Hope you're having a good day. I found the volume varies a lot. Sometimes crisp and loud. Other times it is a max volume and it's still like whispers. I mean, that sounds more like issues on your end. I don't really change much. The most I've changed on my setup is like just where my mic is on my desk. Like, legitimately. Right now, it's where it generally is because I can see both my monitors quite easily. Or sometimes I'll put it quite close to me. Like, let me see. Like, sometimes I'll do that. And it's just a little bit closer to me. And I generally do this when I'm recording videos because I don't have to look at my second monitor. It's a bit more in my face. I've got my pop shield in the way and everything, so it's all good. Still sounds crisper up close. I don't know then. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna do one. We're gonna do one cheeky. Let me see. Bit shot. Let me do one cheeky. We can't do more because we need more of the carbon fiber stocks, but we'll do one cheeky. Maybe get lucky. No. Oh hell no. I was like, nah, bruv. Nah, bruv. We want to do alert and tough only because I don't have the resources to upgrade fast weapons apparently. It's funny because even if I bought Survivors Club, I still wouldn't have the resources because the resources I lack are not the ones given to you for free. I'm 90% sure. Could be wrong, but some of the resources I lack are not the ones you get given for free. So not even Survivors Club can help me. I think we're going to change this weapon to HP because I've got one exactly the same with attack. So we're just going to make this one a HP instead. Just for tankiness. Because I don't need two exactly the same alert buffs weapons because I've got this one somewhere, wherever it is. I've got this one. Is it this one? Which is pretty much exactly the same weapon, right? Actually, let me just double check this one. Maybe I should make this the HP one because it has less attack initially. The other one has 40% attack base, so I can get to 55% attack. I'll probably do that. So we reset this. Nothing else is crazy good right now. Okay, we reset this. I know I'm already crafting the 30% HP, but whatever. I can't cancel the crafts. It doesn't let you cancel. We'll do 30% HP. And then I'll try and get 55% attack on the other one. Like it's already basically going to be better even if I fail all 3 upgrades, so it's actually like good as is. You know what? I'm gonna get this new weapon and I'm gonna upgrade it. Let's have a little look. So there's 2 weapons here. We're gonna pick up this weapon. It's the second time I'm gonna pick this weapon up. But I'm gonna pick it up. It looks cool as well. It looks cool there, but it looks pretty cool there as well. Although it looks kind of like, it looks extremely 2D there because of the angle. You know, it doesn't look 3D. it's proper messing with my eyes because the clip is really 3-dimensional because of but the barrel is not. But anyway, moving on. And then we're gonna pick up this one. This one's a 4-star weapon off the bat. It's kind of strange. It's kind of strange. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with 5% defense, 5% HP, and then I'm gonna have to decide whether I go for HP or defense on the last one. Probably we'll go with. I'll probably go with defense because if you didn't know when you fully upgrade a weapon, When you make a weapon go from 4-star to 5-star, it locks in the stat and it converts it into a pure stat, right? So like, how to explain this? Let me just see if I can get all this other stuff. Yes. We'll just get these, and then we'll get whatever we can from this, which won't be all of it. It'll be some of it. There you go. I can get like 6 more of that, I think. Maybe 4 more of that. Okay. It converts it into a pure stat, so 4-star. This should be the best weapon here. Yeah, by quite a margin. So right now this is pure 40% and then pure 40%, right? So if I add 5% HP, which we're going to do right now, it won't make it 45% HP. It will actually make it 40% and 5% HP, which sounds like it's the same, but they will actually add together too. So it'll be like 40% of the person's HP plus 5% of the person's HP plus 5% or 40% of the person's HP. So it makes it slightly more, very slightly more. But when I convert this into a 5-star weapon, it locks it into a pure stat again. So like, let's say I get it to 50% HP and 45% defense. Instead of it doing the 40 and 5, it will just make it 45. And then instead of doing it 45, 5, it will do 50%. And then when you do it a 5-star weapon again, it will start doing that thing again, where it will do 50 plus 5 or 40 plus, 5, 5 again. So you've got to decide what your last individual stat upgrades are going to be as a 5-star mainly to get the best out of it. That's why it's generally better to do AP on a 4-star weapon and then percentage upgrades on a 5-star weapon. If that makes sense. So let's say if I was trying to build... Okay, so I need a 5-star weapon. Let's say if I was trying to build like a reasonably standard weapon, right? It's better to do the AP when it's a 4-star weapon, and then the percentage weapons, a percentage when it's a 5-star. Basically, just because you get slightly more attack that way, very slightly. If you're someone who's like trying to get every little tiny bit of attack, that's the best way to do it. That is the best way to do it. Thank you very much for the early likes on the stream though, guys. I appreciate that. Got double digits. Thank you very much. Maybe you're just not used to sober luck. Who says I'm sober? Maybe it's drunk luck today. Who knows? I don't know. The backup pay to win person is here. Oh hey Bretland. The backup pay to win. Bretland's free to play now. Bretland's free to play. Also, Bretland plays 2 accounts. Lockdown retired from that sort of malarkey a long time ago. A long time ago. Circuit needs to come back around. One of the best Will tunes, and I slept on her. She's definitely... I'm doing air quotes when I say this. Next. like she should be in the next character, right? Like I was, telling Scopey that people were asking for Circuit before War of Champions, and it would have been good to just release her before War of Champions because people wanted her for War of Champions. She's still good. Don't get me wrong. I still think she's good, but yeah. Don't you only need crit and success materials for Survivors Club, but the other parts are free? Yeah, but I don't have a lot of one of those things too. Like I can't remember which one it is. It is duct tape. I have like 15 duct tape, and that's me just like sitting back and not crafting crazy amounts. My duct tape situation has been bad for about a year. Like it isn't like, it's just really bad. Duct tape's really bad. The normal items, yeah, some of those are terrible, and that would eliminate that. But I mean, that's only half the issue at the moment, unfortunately. Sarge's 4-star gun still better than Sarge. I think it's Wait, like literally, you've gone from one comment saying Circuit needs to come back around, one of the best Wiltons, and I slept on her, and then the next comment, you're sleeping on another character. Bro, like you could have done that better if you tried, bro. Anyway, Jonas is right. SC gives all parts except the ones left. Yeah, I know, but I mean, I've got duct tape. Duct tape's the issue for me. Duct tape, like I've got loads of like the high tier ones, the 5-star ones, like engine grease and stuff like that, but duct tape's just awful. I'm 100% free to play. There we go. I mean, he pays to win your giveaway. Yeah. Instead of buying the tokens from Scopely, he buys the wins from me. Yeah. Definitely. And yes, I'm still playing 2 accounts. Hey, if you're enjoying it, just play, man. It's just the way to go. I mean, on a top end account, like. There's not much to do at the moment, I'm going to be honest. Like, this last 2 weeks has been pretty damn dull, I'm going to be honest. It's been pretty dull in RTS. There's literally been not much to do at all. Like, there's been not much to do so much that I've actually been doing manual FA attacks just to do something in RTS. You know? Manually doing road maps. No, not that bad, but yeah. I got an LB1 Sarge and 77 tokens left. 77k tokens left. I'm wondering if I should pull another 6 or save. I think he was LB1 for support and LB2. No, LB2 gets to use the second part of his control from passive. So I think that's the LB2 is a good thing to do. You can spend coins for duct tape in the leagues. Was thinking about that earlier. I don't even get coins that much anymore. I don't really go in on arenas. I don't really do much in arenas. So I don't really do much in leagues. Like, I don't really get coins that much these days. Because I just don't try to. It is mad effort to get coins. I used to do it like crazy. Because it was all, obviously, I was getting pulls. And pulls equaled content. But, yeah. Yeah, no worries, Cygnus. Sleep well, man. Thanks for the milestone. I do appreciate it. It's oh, okay, yeah. Thanks for the milestone. I appreciate it. I was like, it says something, but it's 25 months. So, yeah. Welcome back, Sean. Maybe you should, since you got bored not doing anything else in game. What, like doing leagues and stuff? The thing is, right, if you're not on top of it, on top of arenas, like you can do it like one day. If you miss a day, like you're screwed, basically. Like there's only 3 arenas a week that actually mean a damn. And a lot of the time, you know, draft is one of them, and it's just awful. And I'm not gonna buy Survivors Club. It's not gonna happen to like get the items for free. You know, I don't think it should be like a requirement to buy Survivors Club. I think it should be a bonus. Like other games that I see doing these sort of things, it's a massive bonus, like just good value. Like there's like effectively a coin pass in another game that's legit as hell. You know, but yeah, you know, it is the way it is. What's up, Darwin? Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do some arenas. It's about consistently doing them. I do them on my stream sometimes, but then, like, I don't maybe do it the next day, and then it all falls down. You need as many of those gold tickets as possible. Arenas, I kind of remember those. Yeah, I've been lounging in Plat League for like well, basically since Advanced Tokens and Ultra Tokens came out. When they came out, I basically, within about a month, I was in Plat League, and I've just been lounging here now. SC only worth it for newer players trying to catch up, or on massive whales. Like, like there is that. If you're a big whale, it's worth it because you get like free tokens. You do get free tokens, don't get me wrong. Like if you're a spender, it's decent because you get the you get free tokens every day, right? As part of SC, right? So every 3 days you get a gold mythic token pool, right? That's guild bits. You get silvers. Sure, this is more of a catch up. That's more of a catch up. Then you get 10,000 advanced tokens per week, so you get 40k advanced tokens for your purchase, and then you get 10,000 ultra per month. So in terms of how much it costs, so that's 40,000 advanced, 10,000 ultra, and let's just say it's what, 100,000 gold mythic. That's great for a new player, yeah, but it's decent for someone who's a spender, because you get other stuff on top. Obviously, you get access to faster, like generally more crafting potential. I think there are some other offers. I'm not sure. There might be some other offers, but they basically, when Survivors Club was the best was when they did events and then Survivors Club got like either something for free or a special offer that they could spend their items on. So for instance, like this store right here, they'd have it so that only people in Survivors Club could buy the ultra bags, but anyone could buy the advanced ones, you know? That's what they used to do, but now no one can get the advanced ultra unless you buy the thing, which is, you know, which is one way to go. I know they just did Trainer Frenzy, which was really good, but yeah, like considering there's nothing else really going on and this is it, free to play have got nothing to do at the moment, man. Like no one's getting hyped for this mission. No one. Just zero people. But yeah, it is what it is. Let me see. SC only worth it for newer players, or was maybe not even anymore. I think it's decent for newer players. Like you say, catch up. But the thing is, like, one of the major aspects of what makes that thing good, newer players don't even have access to the thing to utilize it, right? They can't craft. Like, you know, can't craft. If it gave like a secondary builder, you know, I always thought it would be cool to have like a, you have a checklist of 10 things you get with your Survivors Club, and you tick them when you buy it, and it's like a buff, and maybe you can change it every week or something. Like this week, I want these 10 buffs from these 20 things, but if you want maybe you can spend another $5 to get everything, but you could get 10 buffs, and like one of them buffs is like a secondary builder. Another buff can be like better drop chance by like 10% drop chance increase, you know? Just like almost like it's like 20 different territories, and it's perma buff territories that don't affect things like war, nothing like that. So it doesn't have any competitive integrity, sort of like Malarkey, but it just makes it so that you get to do stuff. I always thought that would be cool, but you know. During events they gave special, yeah, exactly. I had SC for a long time. I had SC for like a year, maybe a year. Yeah, just over a year at one point. That was during the S-Class era. And it felt okay during S-Class, and then I had it during the early part of Mythic. I think the last time I had Survivors Club was like Skybound X1. That's when I stopped having Survivors Club, was around Skybound X1. I can't remember exactly why. I think it just didn't feel like it was good value at the time. I think it was more just because you needed 5 copies of the character. You know, even if you got lucky and got 1, it really didn't make much difference. So it's just like, it made Survivors Club less good. With the ice ones, gave free to Ace. Oh, okay, they gave some free stuff for SC recently. That's interesting. That's interesting. When I came back like a year ago, did SC once, got my stuff then refunded. Would not recommend breaking TOS. Would not recommend. I mean, that's an easy way to get your account banned, honestly. It's not really worth it. Like, this game is like primarily a single player game. Like 99% a single player game. It's like more about like the single player experience. Like the whole thing about people saying, they're gonna fall behind, and you know, the competition is like, this doesn't exist. It only exists as much as you like create in your head that it exists. You know? Because when it comes to war and stuff, there are people who spend monumental amounts. The competition is literally how much you spend, not like some skill-based stuff or anything. Because you could take those players and just make it so they didn't spend anything, and they just wouldn't be able to achieve anything, and you know, that they would before. Just as simple as that. So just enjoy the journey, man. Enjoy the trip. I actually said it once upon a time. Like, someone asked me, like, what's the end goal of this game? There is no end goal. It's like you're forever just trying to like create new teams, collect characters, you know, chasing the dragon sort of thing, but just more the dragon's fun, you know. Just trying to enjoy the game. But right now it's boring because nothing's going on. Nothing's going on. Like, literally January has been like horrible. Absolutely nothing. Like, legit, we haven't had a mythic trial for like 6 months, it feels like. Did we have a mythic trial after the anniversary event? Because that was last August. I don't think we did we? Oh, Skybound X2. Okay. We had Skybound X2 after, right? It was Skybound X2 after the anniversary. I think so. It seems like it was much better flow of events at the beginning of the year, and then near the end it was like all over the place. It's been all over the place. Like this time last year we had NWO already started. So you can upgrade a level 4 weapon 3 times and then upgrade to 5 and do 3 more. Correct, Joshua, correct. So like a 4-star weapon you can do 6 upgrades. You are correct, sir. When it's 5 stars, the only time you can add the 4 slot. So it's recommended to do a special in the 3rd slot if you want to, while it's a 4-star weapon. Just because getting 2 very special upgrades in a row as a 5-star weapon is almost impossible. So what you do is, like, while it's a 4-star weapon, you get a special upgrade on it in the 3rd slot, and then you get the other stat upgrades on it. And then when you convert it to 5-star, it locks it in. Like, it now is the base weapon. It cannot never be, like, changed. So when you reset the weapon after that, those things are still going to remain there. That's the order to do things in. How do I reset it? You can only reset it back to the star value it's at. So, like, if it's a 4-star weapon, you can restart it to the base of its 4-star. If you've upgraded it to 5-star, you can upgrade it to the base of its 5-star. Now, if you made a 4-star weapon instantly 5-star without upgrading it, you've lost 3 upgrades. It's just as simple as that, unfortunately. I actually just took example Laupo Fist to 5-star upgrading it. Then you've lost 3 upgrades, unfortunately. Most of the base weapons aren't that amazing. I'll straight up say that. Like, so you haven't missed out on too much. There aren't like too many base weapons that are like too crazy, unless that aren't already 5-star. So for instance, like if we go into my roster, if you were to make that mistake on someone like Raven, you can't make that mistake because it's already a 5-star weapon. You know, there's not many 4-star weapons that are already good. So if you've made that mistake a bunch of times, unfortunately you've kind of messed up, but at the same time it's not going to be that big a deal. Laupo's base weapon isn't even that good. You have to actually craft like a very special thing on it. I managed to get it. It took me ages, but Like I went for impenetrable defense on 4-star. But that's hard to come by, you know? That's hard to come by. Vance, yeah, I mean, the only option you've got on Vance, and it really depends on your current situation, is if you wanted to get the character's weapon better, you'd have to sell him and then buy him again. Which is going to be tough. Like, he is in the mythic market right now. Oh no, he was, sorry. So he's not even available right now. So, like, what you could do is, like, you could just hold on to 5 Vances that you pull, and then, eventually down the line you could sell him if you really want to use his base weapon. Like, his base weapon is good, for sure. But it even says, I think it says when you upgrade anyway, like, you're about to upgrade it to 5-star. This cannot be, like, undone sort of thing. But yeah, his weapon, you just miss out on a bit more stats, you know? His base weapon's actually pretty good, to be fair. Like, let me see what it says when you try and upgrade a weapon to 5-star. Able, you're gonna get a 5-star weapon, son. Like, yeah. Are you sure you would like to upgrade the weapon rarity? You get a new slot. Upgrading this weapon will lock its current weapon effects and change will be irreversible. Additionally, the counter on the craft attempts will be reset, allowing 3 more modifications on the weapon. Now, that's maybe a little bit misleading, that second bit, because someone could read that and think they get 6, but you could only make that mistake once. Sadness, I hate being a noob. I mean, it's all a learning process. I wouldn't worry too much. Like I said, most 4-star weapons aren't that amazing. You haven't missed out on too much. And like, all you have to do long term is just hold on to your duplicate Vances. Like, what tier is your Vance right now? Is he tier limit break 3? Because if he's not limit break 3, it's not that big a deal. You just missed out on like a couple of copies. Lily's weapon, you don't want to make that mistake. Lily's weapon's already 4-star. Daylight. It's already 5-star, sorry. It's already 5-star. Because she's got Raging Rampage, if anyone's got a 4 slot on their weapon, it's already a 5-star weapon. Where is she? Her base weapon is... All I did was do attack buffs on that, because it already has that buff there, Raging Rampage. So if a weapon already has a 4 slot on it, it's automatically 5-star. But that's why, like, the majority of these weapons, if you mess up somehow, you can easily just reset them because they're already 5-star and the best of the best stuff's already on them. Might be able to contact support, just worth a try. I mean, yeah, I mean, you can try, but they're most likely not going to try and help you here. This one, they probably won't help you. But like, I mean, his weapon is good. I mean, fortunately, he's not stat reliant. He's not like he doesn't have to have mad survivability. Even if you only had 3 upgrades, let me just double check his weapon again. Even if I only had 3 upgrades, he's still gonna have pretty decent stats, I gather. Have I gone past it? Must have. Is it blue? No, I'm looking for a weapon. You know when you think you know what it looks like? There it is. So you could make it have 35% defense, 35% HP, defensive, reviving, reduced critical hit. I mean, you just lose a bit of HP, or like 30% defense, 40% HP. You know, it's still decent. Don't get me wrong, it's still decent. But a few people have made that mistake on some characters. I think I made it. Did I make that mistake on one character? Like, not really like a... like not knowing. I did it because like I kind of just wanted to use the character quickly. I can't remember, to be honest. Like the easiest way to do it is like do rarity, and you see there's weapons I had to make 5-star to be able to use weapons in their hands. And most of these are rubbish, like Mirabelle's, Harper's, all of these are bad, most likely. There's like bonus attack. But 1 or 2 of these might be actually like decent. And you might think, why have I done an upgrade on them? Because back in the day, I don't think it's the case anymore, but back in the day, visuals changed on the weapon based on the upgrades on it. So I wanted to like upgrade it a little bit to make it slightly higher tier. But that changed. Like I upgraded what's her name's weapon, like a weapon like this maybe, but I mean the base stats 25% HP was not great. Okay, there we go. This one's decent, but I had pretty much the same weapon crafted already, so I didn't need to do it. Like a revive weapon. I think like Jesus had absolute defense. Skins has a 8% weapon. Oh, leech life, amazing. I was like, holy moly, that's nuts. But it's actually like, you know which one that one is. That's a different Dr. Stevens. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, some of these are older weapons. Yeah, this one. I upgraded this with the, like, a very large bonus to AP when taking damage so that the weapon visually changed. But it automatically visually changes now when they get higher tier, I believe. So if we look at her, I think it's got like a gold edge on the side of the blades. It just looks really cool. How far? She like really high tier for me. She's pretty high tier. Yeah. Oh, it hasn't changed it. Oh, it has. I'm not sure. Oh, maybe I need to get higher tier. Like you can see on her on the left hand side, it's got this kind of like cool golden edge. I managed to get that on there. That's weird. It's disappeared now. I used Alpha so much without even upgrading her. Conquest elite character. I got Harrison weapon maxed with 1 upgrade left. Never had that happen. Yeah, some weapons are weird like that. Basically what they do, right, is they're giving you the opportunity to make a different choice on a different slot while still getting it max attack. And his base weapon has that Winter Kingdom buff, which some people might change for 1535 and then 55% attack. That's why they did that, I think. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. I kept the base weapon. I haven't upgraded it, but I kept the base weapon just because it's unique, and I can just give him a different weapon with the 1535 on it if I want to. I did 1535, 55% attack on my Harrison. There we go. Yeah. I just found that he wasn't hitting hard enough. I had to get a different third slot. I got that shotgun from the event. What was it? This one? Hello? Like this third slot made a big difference for Harrison. And the fourth slot, honestly. Still hits like a noodle. It's about the third slot here. Like doing 45% attack when their HP is 50% or more is really, really powerful. Like there's a shorts video on my channel where it's like Lydia one-shotting Uncle Sam. And people legitimately messaged me on Discord and stuff, just saying, nice fake video. I was like, bro, that was in a war. Like, I did that in a war attack. Because I used to just go around one-shotting Uncle Sam's and stuff with Lydia just because of this buff. It was great. That first turn signature move was nice. There must be a magical... I mean, it's that third slot. It's that third slot. It's not really too magical, but it's bonus attack based on enemy's HP. Because it works as like a separate multiplier, so you just get mad big increases in damage. Now, I did try and use that weapon on this young lady here. But I actually realized I don't even need it on her because she has like improved damage when characters are stunned. She's already getting a buff, so it's nicer to have like the increased double attack, if I'm honest, and honestly the 100% crit chance and stuff on other things, just because of her specialist skill. Sure, she probably does a little bit more damage, but you know, it doesn't matter if you one-shot a character with 150k damage or 200k damage, they're still going to get one shot, you know? There must be a... No, I mean tunes. I think if you just calculate out the damage, his damage just doesn't come out very high. Right? Like... He also doesn't have any things in his kit where he does bonus damage. He has bonus attacks, right? We're talking about Harrison, by the way. He has bonus attacks. Man, some of these characters just look so bland on this screen now. Like, it's really hard to... There we go. Really hard to see them. His Rush, he gets extra attacks based on debilitating status effects. So he can get mad attack buff. But if he doesn't, it's only 400% damage. Yeah, ain't that much damage. 400% is not that much. Even if it crits, it is not that much. Signature move, same sort of deal. 300% attack each is not that much. Even if it crits, it's not crazy high with no like, you know, special multiplier. Like no like, oh, he's got bonus HP, so he'll get 100% more damage. That makes this like 600% hits. You know, it's a massive boost. That's what Raven gets. She gets 100% boost on stun targets and she stuns them first. So yeah. Or is it 75%? But or is it Sophia's 75% attack on bonus HP? There's a lot of characters who just get big attack bonuses on like their rush or their signature moves and stuff based on enemies having bonus HP, certain debilitating status effects, that sort of thing. Now, attacking the same character twice, there is potential, but he can also get absolute defended, reflected, all that good stuff. I like your videos, but I'm 13. Am I allowed to watch you? I mean, I don't know the rules, honestly. I'm not really going to say yes or no. I would just say probably a good idea not to share your age in my chat or in any chat on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it's against TOS. Like against the terms of service, so yeah. I'm just going to delete your comment. Just because I don't even know the rules there. If I'm honest. But yeah, I mean, if you want to look into it, you have to look into it on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you're allowed to watch content on YouTube though, but my content is not made for everybody. You know, I've graded my content like mature content for YouTube guidelines. That's for sure. It's a matter of if you crit, their defense is your attack, so how much you have to take into account. Yeah, plus, you know, defense down. Bonuses based on, like I said, if they've got bonus HP, stunned, debilitating status effect, you know, how much of an attack buff you've got. All these factor in. It all factors in. Sometimes you just get some crazy number come out at the end because, like, characters have attack buffs and they get these multipliers on top, you know. That's how you can get some huge numbers come out when you do stings. Like That was a non-crit. Oh no, that was a crit. For 39k, off trait, 1 hit. That's pretty good. He didn't get stunned either because he has a stun resist. So that was without even getting stunned, you know? That is pretty crazy, if I'm completely honest with you. Oh, I didn't actually mean to do that. I know I did it, but I didn't actually mean to do it. I was like messing around. We're gonna have to load him up on effects so that maybe the normalized sticks. And I haven't done a raid in days. The shotgun is amazing. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Like I can have Raven use same. I did it. I just noticed what happened. I was about to just one shot both lines. Thanks, game. Thanks. Thank you, One-Eyed Willie. Thank you. Okay, we'll see if we get payback. We got a lit. No, we didn't. Good. It's good. I think we're dead. Look at that damage. Ah, we got reflected. Oh, we might be able to get away with it. Let's see. Compare him. It's a matter of if you crit that. Yeah. I benched him for East Eva. Yeah, East Eva's great. I love East Eva. I do like East Eva. Can I see their bars? There we go. Titan's gonna have to hit like this twice. I don't see him doing it somehow. I don't see him doing it. He's just gonna cleanse. I don't see him winning. Dead. Whatever. Like, I have confuse resist on my Raven for this exact reason, I'm pretty sure. Doesn't she even have a Paragon? No, I don't have it on her anymore. I put Taunt on her. I used to have confuse resist on her for this exact reason, because she would just one-shot one of my teammates like that. And if it's Sophia on turn 1, yeah, that's nice. It's very nice. I love it. I love the Sophia so much. I love the Sophia. No shade intended, but have you been looking at any other games to stream or possibly look into being replacement for RTS? Scopely isn't doing anything for this game writing on the wall. I mean, I can move on to any game pretty quickly, honestly. I'm kind of fortunate in that. I've tested the waters in some other games on a different channel, and I'm pretty decent at making YouTube content in terms of like actually understanding how to do it. Not talking about like the production or how much people want to watch my content. That's just completely separate. That one's just random. I'm talking about the actual understanding of how to get a video out and make it successful in the YouTube space, just based on the fact that it's just a YouTube video. I'm pretty good at that. Just because I know how to label things, I know what to do. Like the special sauce that happens with YouTube content, basically. I wonder if they fix this. Can't do SIGs right now. Like, literally just can't even swipe. It's just like I'm not used to doing it. What's up, Logan? Welcome to the stream. Let me see if they fixed it. I mean, I guess I wouldn't know because I have to. I had to not do my signal. Did she only hit him for 27k, or did I misread that? It feels like there's only 27k. I could have been wrong though. I personally have no doubt that you possess the talent to stream on any game. Just wondering, outside of All Stars, if you had any. No, nothing. I've not really looked into it. I'm not really looked into it. In terms of like my content streams, this channel would probably remain a channel for mobile phone games. Just makes sense. All Stars I don't think has the content depth, honestly. Like, I'd run out of content within like a month and a half if I went too ham on that. I mean, RTS doesn't really have the content depth. It just has a good community. When it comes to people who like watching YouTube content, you know, considering how big this game is, you know, there are bigger games where content creators struggle to get them, you know, people to watch their content, just because a lot of the time it's down to the community itself, you know. And the RTS community's always been pretty good when it comes to like being engaging, which is cool, which is Q. Okay, we get to do some more attacks. So what other games are you guys playing? My brother's started playing, is it called Destiny? Not really something I want to play. ×3. But I think it's Destiny 2 that he's playing. Not really, even at like non-streamer games. There's some new Harry Potter game coming out that looks mad, but my PC's not good enough for that. Sucks that RTS could have the content again. No storylines, no gameplay announcements. Even off the World Champions, it's infuriating watching something you have. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get that. I think there's quite a lack of care from that perspective. You know, I think the way Scopely's always worked when it comes to the game is they've had like lots of different people working on multiple games at the same time. RTS was just like one of those games, but I think they used to move people around just based on like cycles within a game, you know, development cycles. But RTS has been off of that development cycle for seemingly for, I would say, like, it feels like a good 6 months. Like, we haven't had the like any comeback. It's like proper, like, you know, like, let's say there's like a skeleton crew for every game, and then they move dev teams around to develop certain things, because they haven't got like a unless a game's massive, like huge, they can't really have a dedicated dev team. So they'll have multiple games and they'll have dev teams that move around a lot of the time. Also, I've got no doubts that RTS is like very hard to update. I'm not like trying to say you know, the spaghetti code thing. I mean, literally just like, it's very old, like how it was originally developed is from like it's ancient times basically when it comes to game development. It's like nearly 10 years old now, so like it's almost like these new devs coming through who are like 20 to 23, right? it's almost like they're speaking to people in the Mad Max universes, you know, the old times. It just doesn't make any sense to them. What the hell's going on? I didn't kill one of the side things with him. Okay. Alright, he's making burn, that's fine. Can he just get decapped? Okay, this could go bad. We've got to be careful here. We have got the burn on. We only need to get to 4 mil, but killing these side things might be a bit more difficult now. Alright, we should be okay. We've got 1 million damage. Also, even if he taunts, it doesn't matter because he's taunting her into multiplying. Should be 4 or 3. Yeah, there we go. Destiny 2 is good if you give it a chance. It just seems like heavily PvP. If I want to play a PvP game, I will literally just play a PvP game like CS:GO or something that's just like pure PvP. And because it's pure PvP, it's like good. I'm playing Telltale for the first time. Love it. Nice. What, the Walking Dead game? Very nice. I've got the entire Telltale playthrough on my channel. You can compare your decisions to mine if you want. Have fun with that. Stockholm Syndrome, thinking eventually something might break through or something might change. I think it's more just like RTS has always been the game of potential. It's just never really fully lived up to the potential. But I don't think that's that obviously we're very like what's it called? What's the horses with they've got like the blinders on? We've got blinders on when it comes to this. We probably think we're special. As I think this is what a lot of players have to deal with their games. Like development of games is very, I'll say air quotes, bad compared to what communities want a lot of the time. Because it's just like what game devs have in mind versus what community wants is a bit different in terms of the requirements for a game dev. You know? I'm talking primarily money, but it can also be like time, how big the team is, how likely it is to function. In RTS's case, how old the initial stuff is to even develop, like how many developers they can even get to make stuff on the game anymore. Like, look how long it took for this faction assault update. I would say like it probably was just because the game's just ancient. Like they got to boot up with floppy disks. The software, like install it on a new PC with floppy disks. You know, obviously it's not that bad, but you get what I'm saying. Bring back Tatron. I mean, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have like let him go. Dude moved on to something new. I mean, simple as that. He's there for ages though. Underground Fortress. You've been playing some game like that. I've been playing a lot of Dying Light 2 recently. Okay. Tanky Online. What? Watching the Batman. Oh, okay. You're not playing any games. You're watching the Batman. That's what's up. Robert Pattinson's very good Batman. Yeah, I thought he was good. I watched that movie over at Christmas, and I thought it was actually pretty decent. That being said, they need to stop rebooting Batman. Like, straight up. Like, just stop doing that. But yeah. Lily is really great with Harrison, Laura, Sophia, and for raiding now. Yeah. Lily. Anyway, game dev versus community doesn't have to be a war. I mean, it it generally is, but you'd argue who starts that. You know, is it the game dev's decision that starts it, or the fact that the community can't understand why they've made that decision? It's a hard one. Like the best one I can remember from RTS was this Michonne issue that happened where like 6-star Michonne was doing more damage than she was supposed to be doing. And the game dev let this be known that they were going to be fixing her, and the community did some like proper outrage thing and got loads of refunds and stuff, and then literally for like 2 years no game dev spoke again to the RTS community, because what is a normal interaction in most games, which is like a game dev saying that there was an issue, they're going to be fixing the issue. The community's reaction to that was honestly terrible, and like this has happened multiple times in the game where the community shot itself in its foot for a few times, and that was one, because before that we were having really good discourse on the forums. That was the best time on the forums, because we're actually getting the devs talking, people were talking about stuff. It was great, and literally from one day to the next, no more devs spoke on the forums except the community manager. That was it. And then it took about 2.5 years maybe for them to start talking slightly again on the Discord, and it would only be very specific devs. But yeah, that's the way it goes. No need to make excuses for a multi-million-dollar company. I mean, they're going to protect their interests, you know? It's as simple as that. You do the same, honestly. I mean, most people do the same when it comes to their own personal, like, interests. Challenge run, Laura and Mia make a great pair. Yeah, no doubt. That'd be quite fun, actually. Who else is AoE in challenge run? In alert. I mean, I guess you could just like have Kenny follow up, basically. The Walking Dead, only time I felt had to restart an episode was the headshot by AJ in the aftermath, and then of course realized it wasn't going to change regardless of what I did. Yeah. There's some things that inevitably you can't change, but it isn't about. It's not about like what you do, it's about the process, how you get there. But yeah, there are some proper surprising moments in that, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't sold on his Bruce Wayne, but him being Batman, he knocked it out of the park. Yeah, his Bruce Wayne was very like brooding, and but yeah, you're right, his Batman was pretty good. Don't you want 20 more Batman? There's only so many like times I can see, you know, watch the same story. Like, I know that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what's coming like, every time you watch Batman a lot of the time, but it's just how it's done. Like, the twist they did in this latest Batman was really good, like in how they did the storyline. Like, there's some movies that do that really well, where they're basically like, they make it feel much longer than it is, because there's an extension of the storyline, and it can be based on environment change. So I've noticed that if you have a movie that changes environment quite heavily multiple times, the movie feels massively fleshed out. I had it with one of the Mummy movies, you know, the Mummy Returns, whatever it's called, like one of those movies. It happened in that for me, because they went from like snowy place to sand place, you know, like sandy place, desert place. I know that snow and desert can be quite close together, but then it went to like, it was a city, so, and it was there for quite a while, so it's there for like 10, 15, 20 minutes. So it makes you settle into like a scene, and then it changed environment, and it fleshed out the story really well. And I think they did that in Batman with the like the arc of how the storyline went. it was quite long and winded in one part, and then it went quick, and then it was like the reveal, and then it went to the next part. So it was like, I don't know, it was really good. It was much better than I was expecting it to be, honestly. Considering I have watched that movie 20 times effectively. But yeah. But you're... Oh. I think most people know the backstory. We don't need to see it for a million times. Exactly. Just like I think everybody knows Peter Parker's backstory. We don't need to see it ever again. Like, I think Spider-Man did it quite well, but obviously because of the multiverse thing, where they were like, oh yeah, each of the storylines was a different multiverse. That was smart. That was smart. Yeah, I'm still using it, her Twitter Nexus, but she's working for me because like Judith has said, I wasn't in the beta. Like, I don't update to beta updates unless there's actually something to update for. If there's a new patch that I have to preview and I make some content on, fine. They didn't even announce that there was a beta, for one. And so I don't even know what's in the current beta, so I'm not going to update to it. Because all I was hearing was there was bugs, so doesn't sound like a good one to me. Don't sound like a good one to me, mate. Actually, the backstories for Spidey change. You know a family member of Spider-Man dies, but you never know why or who. Alright, it's like that. I will say this. I thought that other Spider-Man movie I watched was one of the best Spider-Man movies I've ever seen. The animated one. What's it called? Yeah, I think it was Into the Multiverse. Oh no, it wasn't. It was the one with the Post Malone song in it. Oh, Spider-Verse. Okay, it was Into the Spider-Verse, yeah. It was the animated one. I thought that was one of the best Spider-Man movies I've ever seen. It was animated. I'm not really, like, a massive animated movie fan. I don't dislike them. Just not that bothered. Just not that moved. Still the same premise, even if it was different, to say Miles and Spider-Verse. Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, yeah. But I try not to think too hard when I'm watching movies, because a lot of the time you can work out, you know, what's gonna happen and stuff. I nearly did that. I was so close. I literally just completed that. I was like, oh yeah, just quick complete it. Because a lot of the time you can work out what's going to happen and stuff. I don't really try and I try and like take it in. I try and like experience the cinematic stuff of it, you know. Just like relax and be entertained, you know. Into the Spider-Verse, you all should be scared of these changes in beta. I believe it was a true preview of nerfing down characters for increased difficulty to current defenses and extended raids to push new characters. Nah. It's very unlikely. The changes were just completely random. Like every character, like what you'll probably find is it just didn't have the initial upgrades on them, you know? So like, let's say a character has got changed from a turn 1 to a turn 2 signature move. It just wasn't taking into account they had -1 to cooldown on their signature move. That's most likely what was happening. Because that's pretty much what was happening initially, right? The bug was just, it was changing the extent, like the length of the initial cooldowns. I can't, like, if there's some screenshots, you can just double check. It's as simple that you can easily double check. If you've got screenshots of characters that got nerfed, you can just see how many times they have -1 to starting cooldown in their kit, and then just see if it correlates. If it doesn't, then you know what I'm saying is just not gonna be like the actual reason. But that sounds like it's most likely going to be the way it is. What's up, King D? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Viable and strong characters like Trader Titan who are still meta usable and not going to profit if they can still do the job. This is what I don't understand, right? Honestly. Why don't they release a new NWO character? Release an NWO character. They've got a character that legitimately is instant synergized with people's rosters. Imagine they released a new damage roll character that could team up with Trader. People would go for that almost instantly, right? Feels like I mean that just feels like a no-brainer to me. I think going back and forward across characters is healthy anyway. The biggest issue this game's had for like, I don't know, 4 years is that it's very, very one-dimensional gameplay. Like just war and not much else. So like they'll release characters that break other gameplay, because parts of the game, because they don't even think about it when they create characters either. Like Conquest right now, like if you completing Conquest now is just it's so easy. Back in the day, oh my gosh. I hate that I can tell how a movie will end from the first few minutes. I mean, it's not hard to try and figure that stuff out. A lot of the time it's better to just, like I say, try and sit back and get absorbed into the movie, you know? If you're trying to go in like a detective on every movie, you're not really, that isn't how you should watch movies, in my opinion. You know, if I go to the cinema, you know, or the the movie theater, whatever you want to call it, there are two places I like to sit, right? And I'd say the second place I'm about to say is where I like the most, but either I like to sit right in the middle of the entire cinema, in the nice leather seats, because comfortable seats, or I like to sit right at the front, where legit the only thing I have in my vision is just the screen, nothing else. I don't have any peripherals of like people in the theater. I don't have anything like that. All I see is just the screen. I've seen a couple movies like that, and it's so good. Like I just sit there and like lay back a little bit and can just see everything. It's great. Feels good. Haven't gone to the movies for ages, you know. I think it was like before COVID. I remember I was like, I said to my brother, "Oh, we should go we should go watch Star Wars. It was the last Star Wars movie. I was like, we should go watch the last Star Wars movie. And he was like, I can't be bothered. We can go and watch it next month. Nope. No, we can't. And we also can't do it for another couple of years. As it goes. As it goes. I'll do ×3 because it's ages. That was very apparently Zachary. Zachary was a weird one. It was like they didn't realize like how much attack you could get on him was. That's why it made it feel like percentage based stuff is always OP, you know? Always. The only time it's not is if they have a reset and then they know that the next thing's not going to get touched by it. But at the same time, percentage based stuff's just OP. Because it scales massively. And what was his original? Like 20%? Or was it like 30% of his attack? It was just like, I was just like, you can get 100k, so and it lasts multiple turns. If it only lasted one turn, it would have been bad. But it was like, wasn't it 2-turn bleed? You could like there were people getting up to like 35k pretty easily. And that was before like it got fully upgraded as well. It's LB3 came in and it was higher. It was higher bleed. Oh goodness. Are we getting any compensation because we didn't get war this weekend? I'm guessing no. I'm guessing no. We would have found out by now, I'm sure, but you know. I'm hoping we don't get war this coming weekend though. Because this coming weekend is a big weekend in America, right? Like Super Bowl weekend. Even I know that. Isn't it this coming weekend? It could be the first healing character that only heals, and it would be a meditation, and the name could be Healer Piper. Meditation. And it would have a med kit. Okay, yeah. I was like, Disney messed up Star Wars. If you're a Star Wars fan, they basically made it so that you get more Star Wars content. But some of it's been good. I like Mandalorian, for instance. I thought that was good. I didn't like Boba Fett. I was a bit too... I actually just said, like, to myself, this feels too Disney. This feels too Disney. There were some moments where it was good, but, like, yeah. There were some moments I was just like, not feeling this. Did you know Sarge's rifle is in the league shop? I bought it. I also made a video on it last week, so yeah. I bought it earlier on in the stream. Disney Star Wars makes me appreciate the prequels even more. The prequels which people said were terrible. I've come to realize, as I've got older, you know, there's certain things within human nature that regardless of where you're from and stuff like that, people act very much the same, you know. I think it's called, is it called righteousness? I'm not sure, I might be using the wrong terminology here, where they feel like they know what they're talking about something and no one else can have an idea, like, and if you like something that they say is bad, it's like the amount of people I see get into arguments and stuff on Twitter and stuff about like Call of Duty versus like other games or something, you know, just whatever. People would defend this stuff like, I don't know. Yes, but the prequels are still grounded in Star Wars. In the fact that like those storylines were understood and existed. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like a lot of the stuff now may be effectively like air quotes made up. As much as the entire stuff's made up, people get in their heads like they don't like newly made up stuff. Then you get the canon arguments. Is this canon because it's not part of this person's thought process and stuff like this? It's just weird how some people get with this stuff. Whereas me personally, I'm not a massive Star Wars fan, but I'll watch it and just enjoy. Like I said, I enjoy the storyline or I enjoy the cinematics and stuff. I won't really care too much. I understand the premise of Star Wars. I'm not like I say, a mega fan. I think to someone who's like a purist might get upset at certain things, but you know, maybe just enjoy the fact that it's actually still a thing. There's people who liked certain shows and they got destroyed, and they were really good shows. Like if anyone remembers Firefly, it was a good show. 9 episodes I think it had, and a movie. Like if Firefly was picked up now for a rerun of another series and then another like side stories, I don't think people would care too much if there were Firefly fans. Like I think Star Wars fans have it pretty good. Let's keep 100 Star Destroyers underground to launch randomly when the rebellion came for dramatic effect because reasons. I mean, I think it doesn't take super long to build a Star Destroyer. I think it's probably like they were building them within like that year or something, you know. Anyone remember Alien Nation? No. No. I can tear this apart all day, bro. So I'm saying, like, you can do that in most storylines. But, I mean, they could probably just... They could probably have a response for everything you say, though. Whether you're gonna, like, respect it or not is something else, though. Alien Nation. I don't recall that one. I did randomly reread an old comic book that I read when I was younger. It was Rogue Trooper. One of my favorite comic books. Like, no, there was very little talking in this particular comic book. It was just in the head of one of the troopers. Or maybe, I think it's the trooper. And it was just him thinking. It was kind of interesting. Obviously a lot of fighting, but yeah, it was one of my favorite storylines actually. And I also reread oh man, I've forgotten his name. It was a 2000 AD character. It was in the Judge Dredd world. He was on a surfboard that floated right in the air. I can't remember his name though. Oh man, how can I forget this dude's name? If they ever made that a story, and I think they nearly were going to make that a movie at one point, because in Judge Dredd, or Dredd the movie that had Carl Urban as Judge Dredd, when it went up the mega city like tower block, right, it had the graffiti of this character's that I'm talking about, the guy who surfed in 2000 AD, had the graffiti of his name on the building. And like, I remember hearing a couple of people when I was at the movies go, because they knew who that was, and then you had people who didn't know who that was. It was great. It was a good moment. But that was literally only a nod to the fact that he existed. It was kind of cool. Disney Star Wars lacks the essence of what made Star Wars, no heart. I mean, it's also telling it from a very different perspective. I don't think any of the Star Wars stuff so far has done it from a Jedi's perspective, right? Except Obi-Wan. And I will say, from what I saw of Obi-Wan, it was mad underwhelming. Like whereas the rest of the Star Wars stuff was all Jedi's perspective. You know? I think Mandalorian was pretty good. Personally, I think there's Andor got some really good ratings as well. I haven't fully watched that yet, but Andor got some good ratings. So there's been some hits. Obviously, there's been some misses, but would you rather just not have any more Star Wars anymore? I think most people would prefer to still see some Star Wars stuff. At the end of the day, if you don't like it, you can just not consume it. Building up the Mary Sue of Rey and the character assassination of Luke in order to accomplish it. Yeah, that I don't like that sort of stuff. I get what you're saying there. I get what you're saying. But then again, like, it wasn't necessarily the way you're thinking it as well, because from my perspective, when I saw those, when I saw Rey as being the same as Luke, right? In the mentality of the same, when they were the same age, right? How Luke turned out could have just been like a sort of a nod to the fact that even after war, even the winners are still losers, you know? It's hard to live with yourself in certain scenarios of things you've had to experience. Like, if you talk to like veterans on the winning side of wars and battles, it's not like they're like having the greatest life. I think it's maybe a bit too accurate though. I think they could have made, like, if anything, it was a bit too accurate there, and they could have made it a little bit more Disney. That's what they needed to do there. Boba Fett was bad. Boba Fett had some good episodes. I think there were a couple of episodes of Boba Fett which were really good. But the overall storyline was a bit too weak, and then it... I don't know. Just felt a bit too tame. Boba Fett the bounty hunter, it just felt tame. My perspective anyway. When are we getting the Telltale playthrough? I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. I've got other stuff on my plate at the moment. I'm basically trying to deal with real life stuff at the moment, guys. If you haven't really noticed, I don't like... I'm not producing content to the same extent I was once before. I'm having to deal with some IRL stuff. Yeah. I normally would have like 6 to 7 videos a week plus streams. Now I'm doing like 2 to 3 videos per week plus streams. So you can see it kind of changed a little bit. I've stayed consistent with the streams though. I tried my best with the streams, but yeah. It's still in the plans. I bought the game when it was on sale. I want to play it. It looks good. It's timeless to an extent. That game's got time, so... You know. Who knows? Maybe they announce something with Telltale again in the future and it makes it a reason to actually play it and catch up and stuff. It's interesting that they're actually running Camilla's storyline here. Camilla and Diego. Have you found a team Argus is actually good in? Yeah, to a certain extent, Logan, but unfortunately he requires like 4 characters to support him and it just isn't sustainable. Like, it isn't. There's just faster teams. You know, if you've got Saphir, it's just faster. He isn't like that fantastic, and because, like I said, there's like if Walker Hordes existed, he'd be crazy good because he'd be wiping a lot of walkers when he does his rush, and he would be potentially rushing quite quickly. But because that doesn't exist, you know. Perhaps if Ray struggled. But Luke didn't struggle, did he? His struggle was the mental struggle. But then again, Darth Vader was his dad, so it's like... That's the whole thing, you know? There was some mad mental struggle there. And that was all of that was done and dusted within 1 episode of the movie for him. Like isn't that the whole thing about being a Jedi and like all the like being one with the Force and all this is like you almost are just kind of like God mode already. It's about controlling your abilities, not learning. If you know what I mean. And like maybe harnessing it like to a certain extent, depending on what type. I think there are different types of Jedi, right? Yes, Luke struggled. I mean, he had no arm, he had no hand for like I don't know, a couple of hours. He had like a bionic one pretty quick. Dagobah, he was definitely 6 months. I mean, theoretically, Rey could have been on that island for a long time as well. I'm guessing she was there for a little while. Some of the villains where he cut them in half lived. Yeah. Look up The Simpsons, guys, and Dolls with Mark Hamill. Luke, Be a Jedi Tonight is one of my favorite songs. I think I remember that one, actually. That's more struggle than what Rey went through. Yeah, it's different, right? It's different. Physical struggles, one thing. Mental struggles, something else. If I remember correctly, when I remember the original Star Wars movie, there was like a scene where he had to go into a cave or something. Or maybe it might not be the original. But in one of the Star Wars 1 or Star Wars 4 or 5, he went into a cave and it might have what's this? No, it wasn't Return of the Jedi. But he went into a cave and then like The Empire Strikes Back. Okay, so that was 5, right? He went into a cave and like he imagined Darth Vader was in the cave or whatever, like just came out of nowhere basically. That's the only part of the mental struggle that I could see. He had some maybe some physical issues and trying to like unleash certain parts of his power. But if I remember from the Rey storyline, hers was all mental. She was getting some proper minds, like getting screwed over, and the mirror wall thing was like proper mind-boggling. Different tricks. Physical's much easier for guys to understand though. Like, go get your hand cut off, you're like, yeah, that's struggle, that's a real struggle. So I can kind of get behind that. I understand where you're coming from. If we would have talked about really struggling, we would talk about Anakin before he became Darth Vader. I mean, yeah. If we compare Anakin to Luke, Luke was just didn't even try, guys. He was just instantly too good. Like, can have the same complaints. You can have the same complaints. I was meaning in love and not let's go. I mean, I was talking about the struggle. Didn't Rey literally die? Like, didn't she die? I think that was the thing, right? She actually died. She just got effectively healed by the other guy who sacrificed himself. I'm pretty sure Rey actually died in the movie. So she got bailed out much more. But Master Yoda is the dark side stronger. Quicker, easier, more seductive. Yeah, true enough. What time are we looking at? I think we can do the giveaway now, guys. The Wookiee is still my favorite. I still love the scene from, I think, was it one of the prequels? I think it was one of the prequels where there's like the Wookiee island where Yoda is, basically. Loads of Wookiees. See, they could do a Wookiee movie. Just non-stop subtitles. Can you imagine the entire time that everyone's talking to each other? It's like, rawr, brah, brah. That's pretty much the only reason they won't do it is because of that. But they should do it still. When plot armor has a Skywalker save you by giving you up their life. Yeah. Main character plot armor. If it didn't exist, guys, stories would be pretty bland. They wouldn't last very long. You'd be pretty pissed going to the movies and then watching a movie and then the main character gets killed within the first 2 minutes and then the movie's over. You paid like $20 for your ticket and some like a drink or something. Revenge of the Sith, the best prequel. I'm not sure which one it is. It's the one. I think it was the last. It was number 3, I think. It just had loads of Wookiees. It was great. No, the C-3PO being a god wasn't that the little dudes? What were they called? Ewoks. Man, Ewoks. I loved Ewoks. You know, there were some people who hated Ewoks from the original movies. They just hated it because it was like, oh, this is just too like. I can't remember what some of the complaints about it was. It was like, it's like pandering or something like that, and I can't remember what it was. Okay. We are going to set up the giveaway. If you want to enter, there's your entry. We'll roll this in like 2 minutes, guys. C-3PO, the right proper Brit. Okay then. The Wiki Planet is from Revenge of the Sith. Okay, yeah. Hey, what's up, Tex? Welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're doing alright, bro. Tex should enter for a joke. I think Moon's tried to enter a bunch of times. Hasn't been fortunate. Not super fortunate. Got quite a lot of entries on this one, honestly. We generally don't have as many entries as this one. Well, we had a lot. We had a whole lot. Over 120. We generally get about the 100 mark, like 90 to 100. But we've got 127. And we could get a few more. Could get a few more. Right, in about 30 seconds. 30 seconds. We'll hit the get comments button. And it's going to be one winner of 10,000 Ultra tokens. It'd be great if they're in chat. This makes it so easy if they're in chat. If they're not, it's no big deal. No big deal. Okay, here we go, guys. Get YouTube comments. We had one extra entry. Okay. I'm going to click the start button. You're going to see loads of pictures and names go past. And it will stop on a name. That's the person who wins. Okay? That's the person who wins. Best of luck. Winner is going to be Robert Blankenship. Cool T-Rex backpack. I also like the zombie version of Wilson, the volleyball from Castaway. There we go. Yeah. I kind of like the references in the kit of crack. It does actually look pretty cool. But congrats, Robert. I'm guessing you're not in chat, but I will reply to your entry on my video. And congrats on winning 10,000 Ultra tokens. Now, if Robert doesn't claim his tokens by this coming Thursday stream, then we will re-roll the tokens on that stream live, and only people who are watching at that time can actually win. But as it stands, Robert has won. Congrats. Big congrats. Real nail biter, eh? But big. I like it. Okay, guys. I mean, the upcoming weeks of events, there doesn't seem like there's that much going on. I saw an SR and a raid, I think, and the same olds. Events still going on. Battle Pass is still going on. Still contemplating picking up this weapon. I do like it, but yeah, I'm still thinking about it. I think I'll wait until I actually get to the mission where I would be getting it, and I'll decide then. I guess just gonna pick up the free rewards in this on the progression. I haven't done this every day, so I'm probably a little bit behind. I'm not really that bothered. I don't think you have to go too crazy to get the avatar. Don't think you have to complete it to get the avatar. I'm not actually sure, but I'm not too bothered. I didn't complete the SR for the Valentine's arrows. I think I did. I missed the level up though. I hope there was nothing in the level up that I had to do. I did miss a level up, like completely missed it. I didn't score anything. I don't know why. And like I checked it and there was like 8 hours to go. I was like, oh, I better score in that, and then I forgot. Just completely forgot to score. It's like, oh, well, that's great. That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. See you later, Buttbeak. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't hit the like button already, guys, I would appreciate you doing that. If you are logged into YouTube. Faction level up you missed. So level up, no. I guess I missed the faction level up. It's 5,000 advanced tokens down the drain. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up my stream here, guys. I'll check you on Thursday for another RTS stream. Hopefully have more content out between now and then. I've got plans, but it's actually executing those plans. It's a different thing, innit? But yeah, I'll see you guys. Take care, and as always, guys, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving. Goodbye, guys. Goodbye.